Hello everybody, today we're installing our kit into 2005 Toyota 4Runner and we're installing on the JBL system. We're gonna start off with what tools you require. You're gonna need a 10mm socket with an extension. That's to do most of the bolts in this car. And then you'll need some type of a magnet to get the bolts that are holding the radio. They're far, so for them not to fall out, we suggest using that. And some type of a clip removal tool for when you're going to be removing the panel around the radio. So we're going to start with removing this piece right here. So this the one that goes around the shift knob. So you're just going to start here. You can grab it by the sides and it comes off. Some people suggest to disconnect this around it, but you can leave it all plugged in. And then once you remove that, you can remove the piece that goes around the cup holders. So it just comes off just like that. And then you have to, if you're not disconnecting like we're not, you can just maneuver this silver piece around and move it out of the way. So you can just have this resting back in here, so you don't have to do any, you don't have to disconnect anything. The next step is to remove a couple bolts and this pocket right here, so it just comes off upwards and out. It just held on these kind of clips. And after you do that, the next step is to remove this piece above your legs on the driver's side, and it's held by two bolts, 10mm bolts. So there's one here and there's one closer to the door right here. So we're gonna go ahead and remove those two 10mm bolts. So we just removed the two 10mm bolts. They look like that. All the other ones, there's also one bolt that we're gonna have to remove, and it's right underneath here. That's holding the heater control panel. So these three bolts are kind of dark and gray, and all the other ones that hold the radio and this trim piece are kind of goldish. So make sure you put the right bolts in the right places. So we're gonna go ahead and remove this piece and just pull it towards you. This piece most likely will come off. You just put it on afterwards. And for this, it's better to open the door, and that way you can just drop this panel down and then close it back up. So once you remove this panel, you're gonna see there's another 10mm bolt right there, as you can see where my finger is pointing, and that bolt is one of the bolts that is holding this panel around the radio. So we're gonna go ahead and remove that bolt and this one that we showed you earlier. So we just removed the two 10mm bolts. We're gonna remove this heater control panel. Just gonna pull on it. It comes off. So it's just held on clips. So there's two on the top and there's two on each side. And we're gonna unplug it because it's in the way. So there's a clip at the bottom that you gotta press, this one. So you press it and then you can take this off, and then you have four more final bolts to go. So as you can see, they're kind of goldish color. So there's two here and there's two on the deep side. That's where we said that you need the magnet in order for them not to fall down. So we're gonna go ahead and remove the four bolts there. So we just removed the four bolts, and now this panel around the radio is ready to come off. And I mentioned earlier about the panel removal tool, so you'll need it at this point. We're gonna start from the bottom, and then when you get to this part, it's good to use it to kind of push this panel out. Just work your way around, and it comes off. So there's three things connected here. So there's the two switches and the hazard lights. So you have to remove it in order for this panel to come off. You have to press on it and just simple tabs. that. Okay. So once they're off, you can open the glove box and maneuver this thing off. Just like that. And this whole piece comes off. Just like that. So now that we removed all the bolts and the radio is ready to come off. But before we show you that, we'll show you the kit. So this car is a limited edition, so it has the kind of the rear entertainment system just for the speakers and then the traffic and stuff like that. So at the back the connection is occupied. If you have the basic version of this car, then the connection is just free, so when you have the kit, it's just gonna plug into the radio and that's it. But this car uses a Y cable, so we're gonna use a Y cable. It connects at the back, and the original connection that we're gonna take out goes back in here. Then you have the module and two cables. So one is for the 3.5mm jack auxiliary and the other one is for the iPhone, iPod. So we're gonna take the radio out, and in the back, this is, see, as you can see, the connection is occupied. But when you have the regular version of this car, it's just gonna be free and you plug in the back. So we're gonna plug this in, and the original connection goes into here. And then that's pretty much it as for it to connect. You don't have to splice any wires, you just plug it in and that's it. So the next step is to test it, and that's why you're just gonna kind of put the radio back for now, just to see how everything works. So we're gonna be using our iPod iPhone connection. We're gonna take the keys and we're gonna put the car into the first position to turn the radio on. Make sure that the radio is off when you're connecting the kit. So we're gonna start from our regular FM mode. We're gonna take our iPhone 4. It will also work with the 4S and will charge both devices, or all the older iPods. So we're gonna press the disc button. If you press it first time, it's gonna just say CD. That's your regular CD changer. Everything will still work the same way. You're gonna press the disc button again, and then you're gonna get the CD1 mode. This is the mode which you didn't have before. So when there's nothing connected, it's gonna say this for track 8, and at this point you can just connect the 3.5mm jack and listen to your music like that. But when you connect it to the iPhone, to the Apple connection, it's gonna switch automatically to the last position that you're in. So right now, as you can see, it's disc 1, track 1. We have two modes. So one mode is a hybrid mode, which is disc 1, and disc 2 and up will be your playlist. So we're gonna go into the hybrid mode first. So in the hybrid mode, the iTunes is unlocked, so you can switch the songs from here. You can also use you can switch the songs from the radio. As you can see, but they're all the same background, so you can't really see them switching here. Yeah, this one is also the same background. But switching the songs work. If you see, the thing moves up. The other feature that you have, you can also use your steering wheel controls, and it will also let you switch. So you can choose your playlist, put it on shuffle, put the iPhone, iPod away, and then just use the steering wheel controls to go through the music. The other feature that we have is to listen to your music by playlist. So if you go to disc 2, that's your first playlist, and the iTunes gets locked, and you can only control it through the radio or the steering wheel controls. So in this option also you have the text display. So if you press the text button, it's gonna say playlist 1. Press it again, it's gonna tell you the song name. And so if you go to another playlist, so this 3 is your second playlist, so just one behind. And if you press the text button, it's gonna say playlist 2. You press it again and it's gonna show you the song name. And if you want to go back to unlocking your iTunes, you just go back to hybrid mode, which is disc 1, and boom, it unlocks the iPod iPhone. And that's pretty much for controlling the music. When you're listening to the 3.5 auxiliary jack, make sure you put the device to full volume. And with 3.5 you only get the volume control. You'll still have to control everything from your iTunes, because this is just for sound. So once you tested everything, you can feed now you need to feed the wires. There's quite a few options in this car. What we're gonna do in this particular car is that the panel that we took out last, there's already kind of a hole to go into that pocket that just opens up, so you can put it there. You don't have to drill any holes. You can put it to the glove box. There's an opening here, so you can fish it with your, once you open the glove box, you can just meet your fingers here like I'm showing. So you can put it to the glove box. It's okay to lock the cable on the glove box, it's not gonna do any damage. Or you can also feed the wire somewhere into this middle armrest thing, but for that you need to drill a hole. So you need to get a long drill bit and get underneath right here and drill a hole, and then you can feed the wires into here. So it's up to you which way you want to go. But this was a video for GTA car kits, and like we said before, it was a 2005 Toyota 4Runner, and I hope you liked the video, and we'll see you next time.